Hello, beautiful people, tribe of many colors. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. I feel like it's been a long time. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen you. I miss you. I love you. I'd like to start off by saying thank you to all my subscribers, new, old, the ones that are coming. I appreciate your love and support. You guys are amazing. And I'm coming in with the green energy today, okay? Because the green energy for me is love, and love in support, and love in showing up, and love in being there for yourself and for others in a way that doesn't drain you. Okay, so love is green for me, especially when it's very supportive, and the energy feels like it's time for us to support each other with our endeavors. It's time for us to lean on others for advice, right? So we can become successful in our entrepreneurship. It's time for us to seek out guidance for people who've done it and failed and did it again. And yeah, that energy of support is flowing through. Like, let's do this. Let's support each other, especially when the goal is high vibing. Okay, it's time to start putting our money, our attention, our focus on people who are trying to do the work to create a high vibrational world for us to be in. It's time to support them. And if this is you and you're trying to do your part in making this world a better place, be it creating work that expresses your love and your passion so people can remember that, if it's volunteer work to help others, if it's just you not adding to the chaos and drama, I support you. I love you and I support you, and you're doing a damn good job, especially if you're in those kind of thankless fields where people don't really tell you that you are loved and you are appreciated for all that you do. Let me tell you that right now. You are loved and appreciated for all the work you do to help others to see the best in themselves. And I wish you nothing but unwavering success, okay, in continuing to do that. And may you be blessed financially for it. Yes, abundance is okay. Abundance is okay. So yeah, that's the energy I'm showing up with. I'm also showing up with the energy of the blue avian beings. Now, I've never channeled blue avians before, but I sat with a beautiful sister who had some amazing energy just in conversation, and it felt like I was elevated to a whole nother realm. And after that conversation, these blue beings just came into my consciousness and awareness, and it the way that I process the pictures that I create, the images I create, it's as if I'm drawing down something that is high vibrational into a realm that's probably not used to it. So it's supposed to have an impact because it's either different from what you've seen, or it's impactful because it's allowing you to remember something you've forgotten a long time ago. So it's this drawing down of higher energy, and it's meant to do something to the soul, stir the mind, stir the heart, shock the body into a kind of an awakening, but a good awakening, a good shock, a good feeling, a kind of like a brightening of a space. So that's one of the things that we can start expecting as well, is to just sit with people, talk to people, be in the presence of others, and we each of us, as we talk, as we communicate, as we share honestly and openly, it just raises the vibration, right? Each of us, we walk away just filled, our cups filled from giving and receiving, and it's just an elevation of energy all around. That's going to start to feel more concrete. It's going to start to feel, like those conversations you have sometimes where it feels like you're talking to somebody and they're not even present. Like there's a body in front of you, but there's nobody home. Well, that's going to kind of fade away to where when you start to have these amazing conversations with people, two souls are showing up fully present, and able to change each other's lives from just a simple conversation. So look forward to that if you're not experiencing it yet. And if you are, it's just going to keep on happening. All right. So I'm also showing up with the stone. I think this is the celestite. I want to say celestite. It's a beautiful blue stone. I love to use this for dreaming. So when I want to dream and I want to hit high states of dreaming and have conversation with my guides or my higher self, this stone does that for me. There it is again. This does that for me. It's very celestial. It's very connecting. It's very higher realm. So I just put it in a little pouch and I stick it under my pillow. And my dreams are so vivid with amazing downloads and deep wisdom and deep information. So I would encourage you to get a piece of that stone. Okay, it's kind of fragile and it can fade in the sunlight. If you put it in direct sunlight, it can fade, but it's definitely got some high vibe energy, especially if you feel connected to like Atlantis or Mu or any of the higher realms that you feel that you resonate with. That stone can definitely break through some barriers and take you there. So, all right. So enough of that. Let's get into the topic today. So I was guided to come on today and talk about why we're here on Earth. There's a lot of people, right, who have a lot of different opinions and ideas and perspectives about why we're here on Earth. And you yourself might even have some reasons and philosophies about why you think we're here on the planet. So my guides gave me some information on some reasons that I've heard before, reasons that they told to me personally, and I put together a list of about 6 or 7 of them. And it's going to be about why we're here on Earth. What's the purpose? Why are we as souls incarnated on this planet? What for? Okay? But before I get into it, let's set the tone for this story. I want you to listen gently. And what I mean by that is listen without any preconceived notions of what you already think it is. So allow for a different opinion to come in. Listen to it as a story. Don't judge it. And just see what resonates. All right? Because that's the best way to learn. That's the best way to listen. And that's the best way to practice to use your instincts and intuition to pick up on the truth. Is you remove all judgment. You remove all pretenses. And you just listen gently. And if there's a truth there for you, it will ping. It will resonate. It will linger with you. So the reasons I'm about to give as to why we're on Earth, I want you to follow along the trail that first and foremost, we are endless, timeless beings, right? Our souls are everlasting. Death is a transition to another realm of existence, but you, as you are, as you know yourself, you never cease to exist. There's no point in which your consciousness is not alive. All right? You are always alive. You're always sensing. You're always feeling. It might just be in different realms, in different spaces, in different experiences, but you as an awareness, as a conscious awareness, as a soul, you always are. There's no space you are not. And there's no space you cannot exist. You always exist. You just go through the realms and pockets of different experiences. Okay? So, let's get started. Number one that I have for the reason why we are on Earth is to observe humanity. Okay, so I have here, we travel from different timelines maybe the future or the past, to understand why or how this moment changed everything. So for some of us, we are able as souls and as consciousness. Don't think about the body too much. Just think about consciousness. If you think about it, when I say you time travel, you might think about it as your body, and then your mind automatically says it's not possible. So I want you to think about time traveling as in your mind and your consciousness. And it's something you do every time. Because if I ask you right now to think about a moment when you were younger, where you were having a lot of fun, if you just try to think about that, you're able to go back into that moment like that. So I want you to think of time traveling like that, where you're able to just either go to a memory or a space and just experience it again. Right? So when we talk about jumping timelines to observe, I want you to think about your consciousness moving through different spaces where you exist to observe what you were doing at that time. And for a lot of us here now, present on earth, we are parts of consciousness that are in this timeline on earth, 2024, to observe ourselves and why we made the decision we made at this critical point in earth's history. So the observation is, in this year of 2024, there's something very critical that the soul is going to do, a decision that the soul is going to make. I'm not talking about the external choices. I'm talking about within. On your spiritual journey, this is going to be a timeline where you make a very important decision. It impacts you in the future somehow. Okay? So much so that your consciousness traveled back into this time to understand why you made the decision, to observe what were the circumstances that prompted this change, this evolution within you. There's something here you want to observe. And it's not always observing because something bad happens in the future. Sometimes it could be just so amazing that you wanted to come back and relive and re-see this moment to even appreciate yourself that much more, to be proud of the moment that you made the choice that changed everything for you. So that's number one. All right. Hold on, my phone timed out here. Let me get back into the page. Number two, reason for being on Earth. An escape room. An escape room is like, those places you go for fun, where you go in there, you have some clues, you have to figure it out in order to escape the room. You have maybe an hour to get out of there. So we do it now for fun, but there is a perspective that Earth itself is an escape room. Okay? And in this escape room, the key or the point of the game is to work together to unlock this level as a collective of souls before moving on. So if Earth is an escape room, then we are all here, right, to observe and look for the clues that are available. We're then meant to work together in order to escape this realm. Now you're saying, why would anybody choose to do that? Well, remember, it can be fun. Not everybody goes into an escape room and panics. Some people are in there having a tremendous amount of fun. So if Earth is an escape room, remember to come from the perspective that we're timeless, endless beings. So if there is no limit to your existence, being in an escape room for 3 lifetimes, 4 lifetimes is no big deal if you are a timeless soul, if you're endless, if you always exist. In that understanding of time, even if you're here for 6 lifetimes, it goes like that. because you're endless. So in this escape room scenario of Earth, all the races, all the different philosophies, all the different religions, all the different schools of thought are all meant to reach the highest levels of their individual thinking and then come together in understanding all of it. And you're saying, is that even possible? Of course it's possible. We have no time limit on how long it takes to do it. We are just trying to do it. To put the greatest amount of variances, the greatest amount of differences together, and have them still find that common thing to come together as one. That's like, imagine the most difficult puzzle you can ever do. Thousands of pieces. Some of them don't even look like they fit. But in the end, you put all of those things slowly together to create one big image. And you realize that all these other parts, all these parts that seem like they didn't belong, they actually had a place. So that's the theory of kind of the escape room. The escape room also touches on, it's close to the belief that Earth is a prison planet, right? Because when you say escape room, like I said, some people have fun, some people don't. And there's a lot of beliefs that Earth is a prison planet where souls are kind of here to do their time. So, there's oftentimes a lot of people who feel like they need to escape Earth. But that feeling of escape is only going to come through working together. It cannot be through division. All the pieces have to come together to create the key. So if you are that soul that you always feel like you have to escape Earth, it's not so much the feeling you have, but what you do with the feeling. That feeling has to lead you to a coming together, not a splitting further apart. That'll make sense for somebody. Okay. Number 3, reason for being on planet Earth is to heal. So many of us are responsible for seeding Earth, and we have lived many lifetimes with our Earth families, and we are invested in their healing and transmuting negative energy and karma. So how that expands is the souls that keep returning to Earth, all right? There's many of us, we feel like we've been here many lifetimes before. Earth is at its beginning, at this stage of where Earth was an idea. Many of us as souls, remember we're endless, we're timeless here, became invested in developing Earth as a planet. And we put our creative genius into creating the atmosphere, the plants, the animals, and then we wanted to experience it for ourselves, so we put ourselves into our own creation. And we reproduced in spirit, and we reproduced in physicality, and we seeded Earth as a planet. So from the inception, from the beginning, there are many of us today who were present when Earth was first made. And we've been involved lifetime after lifetime after lifetime of being a part of how the Earth evolves. And a big part of the role we take in that is healing the planet, because we were responsible for creating it. So you cannot abandon your creation, all right? In the realm of spirit, you are always responsible for what you create. And as souls that have participated in creating Earth, we are invested in healing it. So in any space where there needs to be negative energy transmuted or karma resolved, we incarnate and we come back in over and over and over and over and over again to heal the wounds of our creation. Because as a soul, you cannot move on unless you have healed what you've created. You can't keep creating other things while what you created before is hurting. You can't do that. In spirit, in this law of spirit, your heart is bound to your creation, and you love it, and it would pain you and it would hurt you to almost move on and abandon what you created. It just won't let you, because it's a part of you. It's a part of who you are. When you create through spirit, it becomes a part of you, and you want to see it through to its best, through its most brilliant ending, to where when it reproduces for itself, what it creates is beautiful. So as souls invested in the creation, we always aim to heal it. So we, wherever it's hurting, wherever it needs us, we show up. So that's number 3, the healing planet. All right. Number 4, I like this one. When this one came in as a download, I was like, yeah, I resonate with this one. All right. Creator gods. So Earth is a space and a school for creator gods. Now, what are creator gods? The message I got was creator gods are souls, are beings who have chosen to become creators of other realms and other worlds. So you don't just want to experience it, now you want to create your own. And well, let me read it off to you what it says here, and then I'll go into it. So, as advanced souls, we level up to create worlds ourselves. But before worlds can be created, we must experience the ones that already exist. Earth being a melting pot of free will creation, we get to experience it all at once and learn what works and what doesn't. Let me say that again. Earth being a melting pot of free will creation, we get to experience it all at once and learn what works and what doesn't. So let's say you're a soul, you're creator God, okay? And think of creator God as just, if you're in a university, right? The universe, the university, and you're going to choose what you want to study. You can choose to study how to become a creator. So as a creator God, you're a very advanced soul who you have lived multiple lifetimes. You have advanced in your understanding of not just the planetary law of where you live, but universal law. And you understand how creation works. You know how to work with subtle energies. You know how to work with matter. You know how to work the quantum realms. You know how to work what they call magic. Okay? You have a deep understanding of self. You are able to have compassion and understanding on the deepest levels for all living things. You understand the different forms of life. You understand your part in creation. So there's a lot of understanding you must have as a creator soul, because your role and your desire now is to create your own worlds. You want to create worlds, and you understand what it takes to do that. But in order to create your own world, sometimes a part of the lesson is we need to live in the world that other people have created so we can see what works and what doesn't. What are the things to avoid? What are the things to kind of promote and encourage, right? And you can't just build a world and not experience how the good ones turn out and how the bad ones turn out. You have to you want to inform yourself as much as possible so you live in all the different worlds people have created, the highest vibrational worlds or lowest vibrational worlds, and everything in between. You want to know all of what has been created so far so you can take the best of that and then create another world for yourself, one that does not go against creative law, the laws of creation. So anything that's created has to flow with creation. It has to be able to be used by the universe, by God, by the creative energy, by source. So if you create it, it has to flow with this pattern that already exists. So it's important to know and experience every single world to know what to take from it so you can create the best for yourself. Okay? So that's number 4. The earth as a school for creator gods. All right. Next, number 5, a transmutation realm. So earth is a transmutation realm. If we have broken galactic laws, or we need to transmute our karma, or we have misused our gifts, or we are learning to become guides or angels, this is the place to be. Energy is neither created nor destroyed, so it culminated on earth, and the bravest of the brave gather to create balance. Souls who are of service to the universe gather here to help. So let me break this down. Earth being a transmutation realm means that this is where the bulk of karma, the bulk of what we call negative energies, anything that source needs to refine in order to use again. So let's say when a creator God creates a realm that is complete dysfunction. Let's say they forgot an element to infuse in it, and now it's creating a lot of karma. It's creating a lot of disturbance in the laws of creation. This energy, because it cannot be destroyed, it has to get transmuted. So it has to be turned into something useful. So Earth is a space where this energy comes to get transmuted by the beings that are here and the beings that choose to be here to help to do that. So lots of negative energy, lots of karmic things to clear up. This is where it all comes, and it gets worked out, it gets transmuted, and in the upside of that, we get to learn how to work with this energy to keep creating again. So it's something that flows in and out of itself. It's here, a lot of negativity is here, a lot of denseness is here, a lot of low consciousness is here, but we are also, as the beings living on earth, able to transmute that so it can become something that can still be used for greater creation. Okay? And that helps us to practice and sharpen our gifts to work with these kind of low vibing energies. We learn to become spirit guides and angels from this space, because when you become a guide or you become an angel, what an angel is to me is just a higher sensing, feeling soul being that reaches an almost, it has escaped matter, so to speak. So the energy and the spirit of the being is so great that is perceived to a human as an angel, but it's still just a consciousness, just in a higher state. So guides and angels come here to understand how to help us to transmute this and guide us through that process. And yeah, the bravest of the brave come here for that reason, because it's not easy to transmute negative energy. You know how hard you have to work to get into a positive space where you can laugh and smile and be happy and be energetic and be balanced. And you know how hard that is to get there. But look how easy it is to take on the energy of fear, of anger, of depression. That seems to come so much easier. So to be a guide and to be an angel is to help human beings to process these things quickly so you can get back to your natural state of balance. So if you're in angel school or you're in guidance school, you learn how to work with these energies to help people as they progress on earth. Okay? So that's the transmutation realm that earth may be. Okay? Space where negative energy is completely transformed into something useful, and the ones who help to do that get the lessons they need to move on. All right. This one was funny. This one came in actually from the Mayan guides. Okay, I woke up out of my dream in the morning. The Mayan guides were talking to me, and this was their message to me. Okay, to add this add this to the topic. Earth is a nightclub. Yeah, Earth is a nightclub. Let me read this one. So basically, they showed me a whole story. I wrote it down real quick. I'll tell you what I wrote. Cosmic travelers came to Earth to have fun. And as they were having fun, a rare cosmic event occurred while they were here. Now, they weren't. The story is they were warned not to enter the realm at this time. But you know how you sneak out, right? And go somewhere you're not supposed to be? Galactic souls did that. Okay, they can travel from planet to planet and experience a lot of things. And Earth was this space where you needed permission to go, because they had to make sure that you were able to handle yourself when you came here. So you needed permission to come to Earth. The souls snuck out, came to Earth to have fun, because usually other realms are not free will. So Earth is that space where anything goes. Okay? They snuck out, came to Earth. A rare cosmic event occurred that created a light lock on the planet. So what I mean by that is like something affected Earth to where it, instead of it, okay, let me see how I can put this. Instead of Earth being a place where different levels of energy could come and go, the cosmic event created a lock around the planet to where the energy was stuck in one expression. So it's almost like Earth went into a stasis, and a kind of dominant energy was locked around the planet in the form of geometric light. And if you did not resonate with that frequency, you could not leave. So these souls found themselves stuck. And it's almost like they're waiting for the moment that it lifts. But the only way for that energy to lift is you have to match it. But in order to match it, you almost had to drop down in frequency, pick up the codes of that frequency, then build back up to a higher level to get out. And that takes time, because if you, as a soul, you weren't ready to know any of that, and or you did not know any of that, because that's the reason you wouldn't have been allowed to Earth, is you were not yet able to do that with your energy, was to adjust it and alter it to match the frequency you wanted. If you didn't have that skill, then it's like you're stuck. So these beings have had to learn without much guidance. And the reason they didn't have much guidance is because when the light lock was created, it also made it hard for higher consciousness guidance to come in. So this almost forces you to be telepathic, so you could pick up those communication waves to get the understanding of how to blend with the energy, so that you can then be released from the light lock code. This will make sense to somebody, I know it. If it doesn't make sense to you, just let that seed be planted. It will grow later. So they said it's like a Chinese finger trap. I don't know if you know what a Chinese finger trap is, but a Chinese finger trap, it's this little thing that goes on the fingers, right? And the idea is the more you try to pull it apart, the tighter it gets. So they explain that that's where the coming together is important, because to get out of a Chinese finger trap, you actually have to come together. It loosens and then it's release. So they said for that experience of Earth as a kind of a nightclub, that was funny to them, that the key to the soul that resonates with that understanding is to understand the Chinese finger trap. And that will be the key for you. So that's all the ones I'm going to touch on today. Okay, there's many more. There's plenty, thousands, hundreds of perspectives of why we're here on Earth. And I asked the question to my guys, I'm like, then which one is true? If there's all these different ideas, which one is true? Which one do I believe in? Which one do I follow? And they said to me, they're all true, because perspective creates reality. So whatever perspective you have about why you're here on Earth is the truth. But they said what's more important than the perspective you have is what it causes you to do, how it causes you to live, what it causes you to feel. So it's not so much the perspective itself that's important, but how you respond to the perspective you have. Is it a perspective that brings you peace? Is it a perspective that allows you to find inspiration when you need it? Is it a perspective that allows you to have fun? Is it a perspective that allows you to realize the potential of your higher self in this state? So, pick one. Don't pick one. If you resonate with it, don't hold on to it too tight. Just allow it to influence how you live, and let that influence lead you to your highest and greatest self. And if you believe something that causes you to reach a higher state of being, then that is your truth. And that's all that's important. No matter what anybody else's truth is, as long as your truth leads you to a peace of mind, a deeper understanding of self, and love for all things in creation, that is the greatest truth for you, and that's the only truth you need. So, I love you. I'll leave you with that. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all the love you've given me. Thank you for all the comments, right? I love you guys so much. I really, really, really do. And let me close out with a message of love. I brought this here. This is The Power of Love by James Van Praagh. Come on, love. Let's leave this message with something to take on the journey with us. Come through for me today, love. What do you want me to know? What do you want me to know? This one said, trust. You have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice, and have faith in your intuition. I couldn't say it any better than that. So I'm going to leave it right there. I think that says it all. And I love you. Until the next time, take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Take care of the people you know. And you would have done your part in whatever perspective you have of Earth to make it better than when you showed up. Okay? I love you. I love you. I love you. I'll talk to you later. Mwah. Hey, I'm still here. If you stuck around, I'm going to expand on this message. Okay? Comes with a little booklet, and it comes with a little deeper message for the energy of trust. So if you stuck around and you're hearing this, then this message is really meant for you. Okay? It's really meant for you to truly absorb, okay, the wisdom in this. You need to hear this. I know you need to hear this. So listen with the heart, because this is for you. You have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. When you listen to your soul's voice, you will never go down a path not meant for you. But you must learn to trust that voice. By honoring the sacred knowledge within you and acting on it, you can manifest great miracles in your life. Your intuition yearns to be heard, and every day you are given opportunities to test your trust in it. As you go through your human journey, pay attention to each instance this voice arises. Notice the significance and don't necessarily dismiss it as a coincidence. Begin to perceive yourself as part of the flow of life, with an ever-expanding part in it. As conflicts and challenges come up, recognize these obstacles as opportunities. The more you accept your inner voice as trustworthy, the easier life becomes. Unfortunately, there are many things in this dimension that you cannot trust. Some people, and sometimes even your own eyes. But no matter what, you can always trust when your intuition speaks. May that message be with you always.